Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the first edition of the Kyle Divico Weekly Podcast. It's going to be a thing we do throughout the entire semester. Basically, each week, on one day during the week, I'm going to pick out a current events topic to talk about. So this week, the topic I'm going to be talking about is the Donald Trump controversy with the debate. For those of you that don't know, Donald Trump decided to not participate in Friday's Republican Party debate because of his differences with Megyn Kelly. Now, we'll get into that in a little bit, but just setting the scene now. The debate was on Friday. Today, Monday, is actually when the voting for the Iowa caucuses is going to take place. So today will be the day that we find out whether it had an effect that Donald Trump decided not to participate in the debate. Now, just like everything, there's two sides to a story. You know, Donald Trump is known for his arrogance. He's known for being a very guy that just wants to do what he wants to do. There's no other way of putting it. It's a good thing for business. He's been incredibly successful with everything he's done in the real estate world and just as a businessman in general. But in this case, is it the best fit for President of the United States? I guess we, the people of the United States, have to decide that. So with that being said, I want to get into talking a little bit about him skipping the debate and how this all kind of started, where this stems from. Now, Megyn Kelly is a host for the debate on Fox, which took place on Fox News, and she also has a show on Fox News called The Kelly File. Now, she is a very attractive blonde lady who is, very people have a lot of respect for in the field. They think that, she's a good symbol of what women can bring to the table with the power and how well-spoken she is and very educated and knowledgeable. So people love her. Now, Donald Trump's one of the people that doesn't love her. And that's just, quite frankly, he doesn't love her. Donald Trump feels that Megyn Kelly is out to get him and make him look bad. Now, he's not crazy. There's definitely some evidence there that, she doesn't necessarily have the best, she's not very fond of him. So I will give him that. Now, this all stems from the first debate back in September. Donald Trump in this debate, this was, where people were still doubting him. Everyone was like, I can't believe Donald Trump's running for president. Does he really have a chance? Now people aren't doubting him. He's leading the polls. He's gaining momentum, and he's had more supporters than ever. So people aren't doubting him now. So Donald Trump's in a different position than he was when this first debate happened. That's important to understand. However, in that debate, Megyn Kelly specifically a couple times almost tries to, poke the angry bear. She tries to, see what she can get out of Donald Trump. See if she can get him to say something that he shouldn't say. See how far she can get him to go. And Donald Trump was all over it. He didn't like it one bit. And he called her out for it. I mean, what he said to her, I think he said something about calling her, a pig and, conniving. It wasn't nice, but you know what? In a situation like that, where there's a lot on the line, a lot of money being thrown around, the campaigns cost millions and millions and millions of dollars. It's nothing to, if someone attacks you, you need to fight back, because if you don't, people look at that as a sign of weakness. So I understand it from both sides. Megyn Kelly is doing her job as a news reporter, as someone who is hosting the debate. Her job is to try to get the most out of the candidates, to see their true colors, to ask questions that will, bring out the best answers. But in the reverse side, Donald Trump's job, unfortunately, as a political, as a member of a political party and just a politician, is to answer the questions as effectively as possible to make him look good. So if he feels like Megyn Kelly's attacking him, the way he's trained as a politician is to answer in a way that will, put it to bed and make him look good. Now, I'm not saying that him attacking her and saying what he said looked good for him, but it certainly showed that he is going to defend himself and not take anything from anyone, which I think is something that he's shown throughout his campaign so far, is that he's not your typical politician. He'll say things that maybe you shouldn't say or aren't politically correct. But you know what? It's showing that people like it. People like, not controversy, but people like saying someone that has the courage to say things that most people wouldn't say. Because I think, in my opinion, that shows that, he's willing to address issues that most politicians won't go at. They won't even discuss, because he doesn't have any ties to people that are, investing in his, candidacy. People aren't investing in his campaign. It's all self-paid. So he can do what he wants. So with that said, bringing it up to this debate on Friday was the second that Fox News would host, and Megyn Kelly would be the person who was, one of the people on the panel asking questions of the debate. So when Donald Trump heard this, he said, absolutely not. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this debate if Megyn Kelly's going to ask questions, because she's going to be going at me. That's how he felt. Not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong. That's how he felt. So Friday came, and they had the debate. Now, it was interesting. A lot of the candidates, especially Ted Cruz, did mention Donald Trump even though he wasn't there. Now, what was Donald Trump doing? He had an event of his own. So classic. He had an event of his own. It was a Wounded Warriors Project event that actually some Republican party members attended. So he had it at the same time as Fox News, and he said, you know what? You're going to lose viewers because I'm not doing it. So he's using his power and to almost manipulate Fox News into saying, you need me. So with him not participating in that debate, it was interesting to see, it was a little quieter, not as much arguing. There were still some differences, Cruz and Rubio were going at it a little bit. But it was a little more free, not as much, Donald Trump driven, which shows the polarizing figure he is. Now, this is the big part of the controversy. We will see if him skipping out on the debate catches up to him. Because, like I said, the Iowa caucuses are today. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with what that means, it's basically each state voting to say who they think should be the Republican nominee for president. So today we'll find out what Iowa thinks. Now, it's important because it's the first of many caucuses. You have New Hampshire coming up, but Iowa is the first. So we will see if, one, Donald Trump wins, and two, if he doesn't, or if it's closer, what the effect the debate had. Now, what the effect him skipping the debate had. Now, Ted Cruz has gone on record saying that if Donald Trump wins this Iowa caucus, it is not good for the rest of the Republican candidates, because if he wins and he skipped the debate, it just shows that more and more people are flocking to him. He doesn't need the debates because people are already 100% committed to him. They're not willing to change. So it is very interesting what's going on with this Iowa caucuses and Republican debates, and we will see the impact that Donald Trump skipping the debate has. I'm looking forward to, seeing, one, where he is in the polls, two, if he wins the caucus, and where we'll go from here on forward. Because Donald Trump, it just seems like he's gaining momentum, he's gaining the attention, and with that man, if he has power, watch out. All right, so thank you for listening to my first podcast. Like I said, we're gonna be doing this every week. I look forward to you guys watching these, and hope they're only going to get better from here. So we will see you next week, and I look forward to seeing what happens with this Republican presidential nominee race. Thank you. Have a nice day.